Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are breaking down my top 10 safeties in the 2024 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more draft content, please consider subscribing and smash that like button. Let's go! During the last two seasons, Kamren Kinchens racked up 162 total tackles, 14 pass deflections, and 11 interceptions. Kinchens is a versatile defender who played both safety positions in Miami's 4-2-5 defensive scheme. He has countless snaps as both a deep defender from the one high look and in man coverage from the slot. Let's talk about strengths. He's got good awareness with excellent read and react ability. He does a really good job of playing under control in his back pedal, displaying quick feet to get out of his pedal and drive on the football. Kinchens also has good route recognition and the ability to read and react to the quarterback's eyes, especially when in underneath coverage. Kamren Kinchens is excellent in coverage and rarely gets beat deep. According to PFF, Kinchens was targeted 21 times, allowing only 12 receptions for 143 yards and 2 scores. I also like, for better or worse, the level of physicality Kinchens brings to the position. Kinchens stands 6 feet tall and weighs 205 pounds, but plays much bigger than that. He is well built in his upper body and has the speed to close quickly against the run when he is playing single high deep in the backfield. I think this physicality shows up the most when he takes on blocks. He uses his hands well to stone blockers and control them with good leverage and does a great job of disengaging to get to the ball carrier. Negative-wise, he can be too aggressive at times. Though he does a good job of anticipating the throw, he has poor eye discipline, allowing double moves or eye candy to take him out of position in the pass game. In summary, if Vic Fangio could create the perfect safety for his scheme in a lab, it would look an awful lot like Kamren Kinchens. The Miami product has the hard-hitting ability of a box safety with the uncanny ranginess of a ball-hawking center fielder. Kinchens is one of the top safeties in this year's draft. He has the versatility to play in multiple schemes in coverage, as well as the physicality to defend the run from multiple levels. Kinchens will need to solidify his tackle security in the NFL, but he has all the skills to make him a legit first-round talent in the 2024 NFL Draft. Let's watch some highlights.
Now 3rd and 17, a blitz from deep, and they get there. Kinchens, the tremendous safety junior from Miami out of Northwestern High School. On 2nd and 15, Plummer deep down the field, intercepted. Picked off by Kamren Kinchens.
4 yards and 7 points. Virginia trying to answer. Musket is intercepted. A house call, pick 6 for Cam Kinchens, and just like that, Miami takes the lead here at home.
Back to the run game. Kevin Davis drilled.
2nd and goal. Here's Coleman down the sideline, stood up and driven out of bounds. Kinchens said they're going to stop the train. This is the running back. They come after me again, and he fires incomplete. Good coverage.
That's a big-time matchup. Kinchens under Mario Cristobal. Gabbert getting it out quickly. He has to. Big hit, a punishing hit. Cam Kinchens. He gave Larvidan all of it on that tackle.
If you have to pick a most valuable player in college football for a team, it would be Iowa's Cooper DeJean. He has been the leader and cornerstone of Iowa's defense in recent years. So much versatility comes out when watching the film, which is what NFL defensive coordinators love. Athletes who can move around the football field and fill a variety of roles. This gives coordinators great value when it comes to scheming up a defense. Having a player like that allows for a lot of game planning flexibility and creativity. Enter Cooper DeJean, a natural zone defender with a high-level IQ and versatility who could be seen as a potential hybrid player at the NFL. DeJean is an explosive, versatile athlete with good size, stellar zone awareness, route IQ, and reaction quickness. He also has the rapid closing speed to trigger and wash in front of errant throws. Cooper DeJean possesses rare mass and frame with his physicality at the position. He demonstrates great initial burst, especially when reacting on a route or down under to make the initial tackle. He showcases exceptional corrective twitch and recovery. This is one of the best, if not the best, in the draft, with keying in on the eyes of the quarterback in zone coverage and being able to identify a route quickly. Weaknesses wise, he lacks consistency in angles, so he needs to tighten his angles in pursuit. DeJean can overcommit against double moves and be late to react and recover, especially in press man. Finally, he can be lazy with little fundamentals at times. The transition to safety at the next level is absolutely in the cards for Cooper DeJean. His diagnostic tools, both physical and mental, are at an elite level. He's a prolific ball hawk with unmatched playmaking skills and a support defender with physicality and utility. NFL safeties must have great vision, reaction, and instincts, and he brings all of that to the table. This is the reasoning why DeJean may become a hybrid player in the NFL. Right now, I've got a round 1 grade on Cooper DeJean. Let's watch some highlights.
Simon feels the pressure, hit as he throws, intercepted, there he is, Cooper DeJean, and he's got some space in front. DeJean still on his feet across the 25. DeJean is going to take it for a pick six.
In the third quarter, Deckers going for the end zone, and that is intercepted, picked off by Cooper DeJean.
And this one much better, but room for DeJean to work. Crowd can sense it. DeJean across midfield, breaks the tackle. DeJean down the sideline. Goodbye.
Mertz to throw. Mertz picked off. And that's a pick six. You're not making the contested catches on the deep ball.
Card firing outside. This is intercepted this time, and down the sideline goes DeJean. He is so dangerous returning.
It just makes everything worse. Way downfield. That's trouble. Play nickel, you play safety, you play corner.
Short throw, trying to make something happen out of the flat Brigg. Back to throw, got it over the middle and nothing there. Jalen No.
Iowa brings 4 underneath. There's Brock again. He's hit immediately, though, by Cooper DeJean.
Tyler Nubin has been arguably the best of the bunch in a really solid safety class this year. After recording 8 interceptions over his first 3 full seasons of college football, Nubin elected to return for his redshirt senior year. That decision paid dividends, as he has now solidified himself as an elite safety prospect in this year's class. He has 5 interceptions this year, further displaying that he can be an elite ball hawk at the next level. Not only does the football find him, but Nubin's range, ball tracking ability, and instincts allow him to create turnovers continually. Nuben has true single high ability, the most coveted aspect of the safety position. He is never fooled by quarterbacks trying to manipulate him with their eyes, and he always seems to be in the right spot at the right time. In the run game, Nuben has developed into a sure tackler. He is urgent and explosive coming downhill as well. Nuben is so good in coverage, but he can also be very effective in the box. When it comes to negatives, Nuben's athletic profile can be nitpicked. I don't think Nuben is the most dynamic defensive back in the class, and if you're going to ask him to prowl in the high post, you may be left wanting a little more explosiveness and range. I think his ball tracking skills are best driving into throws and buzzing into throwing windows as compared to flipping and turning to run vertically downfield to track the ball as a center fielder. Nuben checks a number of important boxes for a projection to the NFL. He's a long and physical safety who has illustrated plus instincts. He exudes confidence on the field as well. I love the swagger he plays with, and there is little doubt in my mind that this will be an impactful defensive starter and a vocal leader for any NFL defense. Right now, I've got a round 2 grade on Tyler Nubin. Let's watch some highlights.
He's a prolific runner. Sims over the middle. Intercepted! Whoa! Tyler Nubin! Looking. Sims under pressure! And it is intercepted! Russell the Metro. That's tipped and intercepted! On the return, it's Nubin once again. Nubin with some.
That defensive front has had a good season, but not that great season. Polinsky back to pass, intercepted.
Tyler Nubin.
On third down, O'Connell. This one is intercepted.
And Brown is upended. Tyler Nuben.
Short side of the field. Nice.
That pass.
Nice
Incomplete.
defense.
Great defensive work.
And he does that on
He flipped the field. Third down, 28 from his own end zone. DeJean Hill steps into one over the middle. Almost picked off at the... Empty. Smothers over the middle. Incomplete.
Howden, Tyler Nubin, they fly down and make tackles as well.
Here's a handoff.
Visit.
Zora, thank you. Play action. DeJean Hill in trouble. Sacked. And he lost the ball. Fumble at the 10-yard.
In almost every mock and discussion about a defense, the safety position is one of the last positions to always be brought up. While the modern game is increasingly emphasizing the position, Braid is a perfect fit for today's modern safety prospect. This is a guy who provides plus versatility at 210 pounds. He's barrel-chested, he can survive in space, and thrive as a split-field safety. Braid is built like a linebacker at the safety spot, which allows him to be aggressive in pursuit of ball carriers. He also has the speed to chase down receivers and speedier running backs. He is also a high IQ player, able to click and close and blow up plays in coverage, but he also has enough speed, route recognition, and feel to survive as a true single high player. Although a split safety role would probably suit him best, his cravings for violence make him a great candidate in an older school middle of the field closed defense where he can roam at the second level in the box and in the slot. While he is a great athlete with great size, Braid gave up explosive plays pretty consistently. He gave up 3 touchdowns in 2023 per PFF. Sometimes he can get overly physical and over-aggressive, resulting in those explosive plays. The modern game relies heavily on the passing game, so NFL defenses require multiple and several talented defensive backs to slow down opposing offenses. Braid is a perfect fit for the modern NFL, as he can slow down the passing game as well as the running game. I expect Beau Brade to be projected as a second-round pick, but I could see him vault himself into the first round if he tests well during the draft process. I would not be surprised to see him test very well at the NFL Scouting Combine. In the end, Beau Brade should find production in multiple schemes at the next level. This is definitely a guy to watch out for on day 2. Let's watch some highlights. Calen Bullock is one of the tallest safeties in the class at 6'3". He is tall and slender, weighing only 190 pounds. Bullock has long arms and elite athleticism, allowing him to fly downfield and make tackles or stick in coverage against faster receivers. Bullock also has some versatility. He played all over the field at USC in 2023, splitting time as a box safety, free safety, and slot corner. This versatility should be enticing to many NFL teams looking to employ their safeties in multiple roles. If you love guys who can create turnovers, you're probably going to love Calen Bullock. If you also have a thing for ball hawk free safeties who can play in the post and get their hands on the ball, you're in luck. Bullock's ball production comes from a blend of good angles, his former receiving background, and then his plus length. Bullock's most enticing trait has to be his off-the-charts length. His footwork is impressive, and he's incredibly fast, and his long strides allow him to close quickly on ball carriers. He's an all-around athlete with excellent coverage skills. And then we get to negatives. While he is a great athlete, Calen Bullock is very raw and often does not identify or diagnose plays very quickly. His slender frame is a problem at times, as he does not have the strength to finish tackles. He is not overly physical either, and his matchup often beats him for that reason. Bullock shines as a coverage defender who keys the quarterback's eyes, but can he become a consistent run defender as well? That is the ticket for Calen Bullock to prove to teams during the draft process. Overall, Calen Bullock's length, range, and ball skills are all plus qualities, and as such, this is a player who could very easily have someone fall for him throughout the process to trigger an early draft selection. But unless he continues to show growth in the physicality he brings to the position, he may be more of a scheme-specific player or otherwise be regarded as someone with a developmental curve. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Calen Bullock. Let's watch some highlights.
Here comes Bird again, intercepted! Calen Bullock changes the game for the Trojans!
Ward back to Farrell. Oh, he dropped it and he got leveled. Calen Bullock. And we'll see here a little extracurricular, a little celebration, and Farrell will come to the sideline.
Quarterback, and then, of course, on top of that, Trenton Bourget got hurt.
Nice.
Pass is going to be intercepted. Help coming from Calen Bullock, the safety. Did not see him. The safety over the top was there to help. And they get the pilfer.
I'll tell you what, he was high in the hole, and that means at the top of that cover 2 type look.
So first play of the half for DeLora. He's going to launch one down the sideline. It's picked off by Calen Bullock. Out of Pasadena's John Muir High School.
Over the middle on the cross, and what a hit. What a hit. He was popped quickly there by 27, Calen Bullock. The safety sometimes plays nickel as well.
But he shows you that he carries a load. Again, those nickel backs not necessarily known for that.
Ethan Garber's back after missing the last game due to injury. Moving to his left, floating it into the end zone. And it's incomplete. Good recovery by Calen Bullock to break up the pass.
There are 3 things that immediately pop off the screen when watching Malachi Moore: physicality, overall athleticism, and discipline. Playing in the slot, Moore has to contain the edge and kick inside to help against the run. He does so with visible effort and isn't afraid to get his jersey dirty. Moore pushes the pile and will even be the cleanup man, laying the final blow on a receiver, fighting through the initial defender. Moore's athletic and physical builds are NFL caliber. He's a stocky 6 foot and 190 pounds, and there is still room to add additional mass. Athletically, the Alabama defensive back owns the speed to carry wide receivers downfield. That speed isn't just vertical, as Moore has no issue closing on passes, making late throws a death sentence for offensive drives. As a run defender, Moore excels when he's closer to the line of scrimmage. He does a great job of identifying and reacting to the run, and he uses his quickness to beat blocks to the spot. When forced to take on blockers, he does a good job of being physical, but he lacks the desired strength to shock and disengage. Moore can struggle at times with his top-end speed, allowing faster defenders to turn him around or pull away from him downfield. He has decent ball skills to locate the ball, but only had 5 interceptions throughout his 4-year career heading into the college football playoff. Malachi Moore is one of the more well-rounded safeties in this year's class. Although he does his best to work closer to the box and defending the run, he has the ability to play out in space and cover receivers from a multitude of depths. He also played special teams while at Alabama, which is how he can improve his value in the NFL. He has the versatility needed to play multiple roles at the next level and should be one of the earlier safeties selected. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Malachi Moore. Let's watch some highlights.
For this young man, so I'm not surprised here in the 4th quarter that that's who they're going to.
Play action again, a shot into double coverage, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Malachi Moore floats under the shot from Byron Brown. Trips to the bottom. Here comes the pressure. Darts hit as he throws. Incomplete. Malachi Moore came blitzing in.
And do not even allow him to get the pass off as Malachi Moore is coming through and makes the hit.
Alabama will take over with the lead.
Rodgers gets it out quick. Little receiver screen, but blown up by Malachi Moore, having none of that. And again, a low snap, and he's going to throw for it. It's broken up by Malachi Moore. And this time, Bowers, nice job defensively, brought down immediately by Malachi.
Javon Bullard stands at 5'11" and weighs 180 pounds, making him undersized for the safety position. An elite slot defender in 2022, Javon Bullard has made a seamless transition to safety this season. In coverage, Bullard's route recognition and quickness are extremely impressive. However, for better or worse, this is a chess piece for an NFL defensive coordinator to figure out where he fits best at the next level. Let's talk about strengths. Javon Bullard was excellent in coverage this season, allowing only 14 receptions on 26 targets for 119 yards and not giving up a single touchdown. He has long strides to cover the fastest receivers downfield and is a quick twitch athlete who can read and react to his matchup. Bullard is a physical defender in man-to-man coverage, fighting with his receiver matchup and getting his hands on him to deter his route. He is a hard hitter as well and is unafraid of contact. And then we get to negatives. Javon Bullard tends to take bad angles to ball carriers, which allows opponents to gain extra yards way too consistently. Due to his smaller frame, his size may also work against him in the NFL against the bigger receivers. When tackling, he shows he isn't afraid to come up and get into the mix, although he's an inconsistent tackler when he doesn't want to wrap up or dive at ankles. There is no doubt that he's a tough slot receiver defender with blitzing upside, and the flashes are all there, but the inconsistencies cannot be ignored. In summary, Javon Bullard is an athletic safety with great coverage ability. He's a versatile player who gives up enough scheme flexibility to play in both zone and man coverages. There are also questions about finding a 3-down role for him at the next level. The NFL hasn't looked kindly on small safeties in the pre-draft process, but that just means Bullard may end up being a tremendous steal for an NFL team if he slides. Right now, I've got a round 3 grade on Javon Bullard. Let's watch some highlights.
Georgia brings 3. Cook with time. Rolling right, firing on the run. Long. And picked! Bullard has it!
They only rush 3. Cook tries to buy himself time because there's nowhere to throw. He should have never released this football. You don't throw.
No urgency for Kiffin. And now Dart will throw downfield. Launched and intercepted. Javon Bullard tracking the ball from his safety position with the first takeaway tonight.
A little shoulder to get 6 to bite, but he underestimated the quickness and the range of Bullard, who's covering over the top.
It does a lot of different things for Alabama.
They'll keep it on the ground after all that motion and now throw it late. Oh, and almost picked off.
Yards downfield, J.C. Latham.
Great play on the ball by Bullard, second time. Did they get it away?
He did.
I guess. Quick slant. Wilson again. Ooh, he got drilled by Javon Bullard.
Tonight in the middle of that defense.
Judkins bounces it again. This time the Dogs' pursuit is excellent, and Bullard, the safety, flies up to grab him.
Now the quick throw. That one almost picked off.
So there's one of those RPO.
For UT Martin. Dent's going to dump it off. Tight end Nelson. And he's going to be stopped short.
Miami safety James Williams is one of the more intriguing prospects in the 2024 draft. Williams' profile, as well as his projected role, is very unique and more confined than most prospects. Williams is undoubtedly a size outlier at the safety position with high-end explosiveness to channel immense amount of force at contact. As one might expect, James Williams' best plays comes in run support. James Williams is one of the most physical tacklers in the class. There are heavy hitters, and then there's James Williams. He has booming power as a striking tackler, and when you consider his linear explosiveness and his size, He takes up a lot of space filling the alley or trying to fit against the run. Williams is fast to flow and impressive with his ability to win first contact as a tackler, driving back ball carriers and saving extra yardage. His athleticism pops when taking on blockers as well. He has plenty of length and does well to play with his hands to uncover and stay free to pursue the football. That said, Williams' unique profile comes with drawbacks in coverage. While he has enough fluidity to undergo single vertical transitions at stems, he doesn't have the malleability, foot speed, or agility to consistently maintain and recover leverage in man or off-man coverage. To that end, there are also lapses in vision and reaction speed in zone coverage, mostly in the intermediate and deep thirds, where it already takes Williams a little extra time to redirect and transition. James Williams is a powerful presence who is likely to be viewed by some as a linebacker conversion. We've already seen a number of lengthy, rangy, supersized safeties reach the pro level and convert to hybrid linebacker types. Based on what Williams has shown at Miami, I believe that's what's best for his pathway to success. James Williams has some of the biggest boomer bust potential in this draft. As we currently stand, I think there's a solid chance a team rolls the dice on this guy sometime late day 2. Let's watch some highlights.
That you can make us pay.
Kings bring 3 here. King will throw, intercepted. James Williams working back across field into Georgia Tech territory, and he will be knocked out of bounds inside the 20.
Windows are going to be smaller, and this gets pushed down the field. You see the underneath coverage carry. Safety in the middle of the field, James Williams, is just a poor decision.
Hey, you might see that one again in the Pac-12 championship. On first down, Lamarion Hampton got stood up and put down by James Williams.
Musket over the middle. It is caught by Washington, but leveled immediately short of the sticks.
Kentucky next week. Plummer after the fake. Unpromising, and then he got belted.
And bring them back to glory. Can Castellanos have some end-of-half glory? He's going to have time to throw it. Flag on the play to the end zone. Intercepted. Look out, James Williams.
He's a special athlete. Look out.
Williams.
Daniel, short pitch. Able to get to the corner inside the 20 before he is taken out. That time hard by James Williams. Second and 10. Wigman. Shallow cross and great pursuit to take down Evan Stewart. James Williams and Darryl Porter Jr. getting on him.
Cole Bishop is a high-energy, high-motor leader in the secondary. Not only does he play in deep thirds, but he can also play through the box. Utah plays him inside the box as a blitzer, contain man, or lower zone coverage. His speed and athleticism allows him to cover tight ends and maybe even some slot receivers if needed. He has the ball tracking skills to create turnovers. He's an easy mover due to his fluidity, with a flexible lower half who can flip and transition and or put his foot in the ground and attack the football downhill. He also has great change of direction ability to mirror underneath, but does solid work out of press and off coverage. This dude is simply relentless. I love the way he plays the game, the energy he exudes on the field, and that carries over into an uncanny ability to make plays on a weekly basis for the Utah Utes. Bishop can play through the box as well. He feels space develop and does well to redirect himself through the masses with fluidity. When it comes to negatives, teams that are looking to isolate his safety in the high post may be left wanting more from Cole Bishop. His ball skills and range as a back-end defender, left to cover vast amounts of space all by himself, may see his range tested. He's a plenty effective player in coverage range, especially in the routes and targets that come in front of his face. But turn and run center field range isn't necessarily a role that you should ask for him to do full time. In summary, Cole Bishop has the necessary athleticism to play safety. He isn't the most dynamic player in this class, but nevertheless, his instincts allows him to play swiftly all the same. With his abilities as a tackler and his stature to play physically against eligibles in the middle of the field, Bishop should be considered a viable starting option for an NFL defense. Let's watch some highlights.
I'm making adjustments.
Play action. Jones gets clean back at the 4.
Ball back and have a chance to win.
Some pressure. High throw over the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop.
Pressure up the gut. Aggressive pressure. Team still coming. And pass is intercepted.
Jones, everybody covered. Now a receiver comes free, and it's a first down out past the 40.
This is going to be the most important football hire in Arizona State history. Intercepted by Bishop.
Jet sweep action. Jonah Burton. Lassoed down at
Dante Moore, freshman quarterback. Over the middle, incomplete. Cole Biss.
Help your defense out a little bit by giving him a breather. McKee rifles that one, incomplete.
backed out.
And they back it out. Brown has time, delivers downfield at the goal line, knocked away, incomplete.
On third and very short, Crum keeps it and went backwards. Loses a couple yards. It'll be fourth down.
They don't come after Mertz, who has time, looks across the middle, and it's incomplete. Throw was just a little bit.
The defensive leader of the Beavers defense, Katan Oladapo, is certainly physically imposing and productive. This is a prospect that translates well into modern NFL defenses that favor multi-safety looks that have one drop into the box as a freelancer. Oregon State used Oladapo in multiple ways, covering slot receivers and also playing high as a safety where he wasn't afraid to come down and hit, recording 63 total tackles in 2023. With good size, mobility, and long arms, Oladapo is the type of player who shows his worth in both the run and pass game, meaning his versatility is definitely what leads him to consistently produce and impact games from sideline to sideline. Oladapo is a physical defender who seeks out contact. He plays with a high motor that takes him all over the field and plays with good instincts to identify plays and quickly react to what he sees. When playing in the box, Oladapo serves as a great addition in the run game, blitzing from inside and on the edge. And when we get to negatives, Oladapo struggles mightily when he's a slot corner man in a man assignment because he's too stiff and reactive. This isn't a surprise for a 6'2", 214-pounder. The right role at the next level is one that will get him in coverage against tight ends, bigger receivers, or as a roamer. Based on tape, Oladapo seems to be much more effective coming downhill and providing support coverage. A terrific tackler and capable blitzer, Oladapo has the potential to be very good in the right scheme. Oladapo's size and physicality should make him a good run defender in the NFL, but his lack of twitch and movement skills are an area of concern. He will have to find a right role as a strong safety with the ability to cover tight ends man-to-man in the underneath areas in zone coverage. If he's able to do both, he might carve out a long NFL career. Assuming Kitan Oladapo crushes the draft process as expected, I wouldn't be shocked to hear his name called sometime during day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft. Let's watch some highlights. All right, guys, those are my top 10 safeties in the 2024 NFL Draft. Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? Let me know down in that comment section below. For everything draft, please consider giving me a follow on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay awesome.